Today I'm here to talk about investing in CBD stocks. Now it's important to stress, I'm only talking about medical marijuana, cannabidiol, otherwise abbreviated as CBD, that is legal in the UK. It's important that I clarify that. Just say, CBD is commonly used to address insomnia and anxiety, and there also have been studies that suggest it can help lower pain and inflammation for people that suffer from arthritis. There is a lot that CBD can offer in the stock market, but I think a lot of it also depends, if not pretty much all of it, on this one thing over here in the UK. And it's the public perception of CBD. But before I go about explaining what I mean by this, you guys know what you have to do, and that's to smash the like button, share this video too, and subscribe with the notification bell on as well. Now it's important to stress that this is not a video about whether marijuana should be legalized or not. That's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about the potential of investing in this aspect of the stock market. And so I want you guys to put all your emotions to the side and look at this solely from an investor's perspective only. But the main reason why I believe its public perception is so important is because it became legal in 2018, guys. Fast forward now, there's still a lot of resistance to want to subscribe it to patients, just because of the black mark it's had on its name for so long. And when you sit down and really deep it, the government aren't actually the customers here, guys. All they are is just a gatekeeper to determine what comes in and what goes out. We are the customers. So sooner we start to see CBD as something we can benefit from medically, important to add that, the sooner we can start to make money from this aspect of the stock market from an investor's perspective. Even as restricted as it sits now, guys, there were studies that were done last year that suggest that CBD cells had outperformed vitamin C and D cells combined, guys. So there is a lot of potential in this market. But I can't lie, I do have my reservations, and there are 3 things that I can really see being obstacles for this form of the stock market. The very first point I believe is that the true money in the cannabis market lies in the personal use of it rather than the medical use. That's where the real potential is, I believe. Because you've got to really think about it. The medical market is relatively small compared to if the government was to allow you to use it for your own personal use. But let's be blunt here. I don't see the government doing that anytime soon, if at all. Can you guys see it? Exactly. So yes, there may be a lot of potential in this emerging market, but at the same time, a lot of it is very much dormant. And my second barrier to entry is heavily related to the actual very first point, allowing it to be legal for personal use in the very first place. And it's if this were to happen, the government's pockets will be severely affected. Just think about the ripple effects if it was legalized for personal use. What would stop you from growing it in your house? It is a plant after all. It's kind of like moonshine. Making your own alcohol is illegal in the UK. You have to have an excise license for that. Not only is this potentially lethal because you can overindulge in a drug that you don't even really know the actual concentrations of, but I believe the main reason why the government's made that illegal is not because of that. It's actually because it affects their pockets. Imagine if everyone made alcohol in their house, guys. It will be incredibly hard for the government to get their cut, in the form of tax. So you can imagine how this will translate down to cannabis that is so much simpler and easier to make than alcohol is. I can just see it getting very messy very quickly for the government and ultimately being a permanent headache for them to deal with. And the third and final thing why I can see it being a big obstacle in the investment world is that it goes against a lot of people's ethics. There are a lot of people against the legalization of this drug, equally so there are a lot of people for it. And you can even argue the people right now, the party right now that's actually winning, is the ones against it, guys, because it's still illegal to use cannabis for your own personal use. And so even if it was to become legalized, I can still see a whole load of people opposing it, leaving a big dent in this market, which of course means that it will be prolonged, for this market to really set off. altogether, I think we could see how controversial this topic is, guys. It's not a coincidence that even now, guys, till this day, America is still undecided on this topic, with some states being for it and other states being against it. It can really leave your head scratched and confused about it all. But one thing I want to stress though, guys, is because this is a very controversial topic, make sure you put your emotions to the side, you know. This is strictly looking at things from an investor's perspective. And to me, I can see a lot of potential in this market. But, and this is a big but, a lot of that potential depends on unlocking, you know, those other factors that do play a big part in this aspect, and ultimately make it an unviable route for me to take right now. And unfortunately, I don't see it changing anytime soon in the UK. So it's not a no, it's just not right now, in my opinion. But what do you guys think of it? That's what I really want to know. Let me know down in the description box below. And make sure to like this video, guys. Share it too, and subscribe with the notification bell on as well. It's your favourite YouTuber, DSM Finance, sharing my thoughts, my experiences with you guys every Sunday at 3 PM. Have a great day, people. Bye.